This video is the best crypto copy trading platforms. If you're looking to get involved with crypto copy trading, we'll look at some of the things to look for when choosing a platform, what the best platforms are, and then some of the actual details of these platforms so you can make an informed decision. Timestamps for all of that down in the description below. We'll look at the copy trading platforms then on Bybit, Bitget, and Phemex to see how they stack up with one another and some of the best features of each so we can make an informed decision. Firstly, then we'll look at trading fees. As you can see on the right-hand side, taker trading fees are exactly the same on all three platforms at 0.06%. If you're copy trading, you won't choose what type of order that you're trading, and so we can just compare taker orders, and they are exactly the same. Now, Bybit and Bitget actually do spot trading as well on their copy platforms, so you can actually trade in the spot market. You don't have to use futures or leverage or anything. You don't have to deal with that. The trading fees are a little bit higher, around 0.1%, but again, very comparable to each other. They also do deposit bonuses as well, at least for Bybit and Bitget. I'll leave the links to those in the description if you want to sign up. They give deposit bonuses. Bybit's up to 4K, Bitget 8K, although Bybit are doing a 30K short term at the moment, although usually it is 4,000. Phemex as well is 0, although again, they do some short-term offers. I'll leave the links in the description. You can see what they are at the current time that you're watching this. Another important factor is the safety of these exchanges. I chose these three because they have proof of reserves, as you can see. This means they have an on-chain proof that they hold client assets one for one. And I would not choose an exchange that doesn't have this these days. As you can see, all the leading exchanges have this. Bybit is right here, Bitget is here, and also right here is Phemex as well. So all three of these exchanges are showing proof of reserves. And I think that's important. If you are looking to copy trade on one of these platforms, you have the choice between trading spot and futures on Bitget and Bybit. So when you want to go ahead and copy trade, you can actually copy trades on the derivative side of things if you want. Now with derivatives, you can use some leverage if that's something that you want to do. And it is lower fees. Or if you don't want to take that risk, you can trade spot copy trading as well. So you can do that on Bybit and Bitget. On Phemex, it's only in the futures market. When it comes to trading on leverage as well, all of these platforms do give leverage. Please do not use leverage if you're a beginner, but they all give up to 100x, which is obviously totally insane. Would never recommend that, but there is leverage to be used if you want to do it. But I'll give you some key tips about this in a second, but leverage is there up to 100x on all of the platforms. Now we'll have an overview of the features of these exchanges because they do have some differences under the hood. Now, most exchanges will give you a copy trading platform that looks like this with a way to search for the traders who are doing the best or have the best longest track record. So you can search for them all right here and you can look by the return on investment, or you can search for individual traders. And if you click on one of them, you can go through to an expanded page and see all of the trades that they make. So you can make a decision on, do you like the assets that they're trading? Do you like the style that they're trading? Are they trading very short term from scalps, or are they maybe taking longer positions? You can obviously see all of that right here. And as you can see their win rate and all of the trades that they've made. You can also see the stats of each trade, as you can see. So each buy and sell and what they're doing right here. Maybe go through these and see what is their record. You know, are they just spraying and praying, or do they have a specific strategy that they go through? And you can even see the assets that they're trading. Maybe some of these you don't want exposure to, or you just think that's the trader, and if they're making profits, then you get exposure to that. As you can see on Bitget as well, it's very similar. So what we can do is actually go back to the the wider market right here and see all of the different copy traders and what they're making. Now, if we go through to one of the copy traders, again, you can choose from futures or spot on Bybit and Bitget, and so you can see what they're trading here. You can copy in the spot market if you don't want to trade futures and you don't want to take that leverage risk, which I think is great to just take less risk here. And then you can see the trading data that they have and over time what they're actually doing. So if we go for last month right here, you can see this trader slightly, they hold their winners slightly longer than their losers, as you can see. So the losers are cut with a specific time frame of 1 day. So anything after 1 day, if they're losing money, they cut that loser. With winners, they're pretty much the same, but as you can see, they just do hold winners slightly longer than losers, which is a normal type of strategy. And you can see the amount that they trade as well. Maybe you don't want someone trading every single day, but just taking opportunities as they arise, as this trader has done. The design for Phemex is very similar to the others. One thing to note here here with Phemex is that the amount of traders here and the community here is much smaller. So for me, Bybit and Bitget really stand out. Bitget was really one of the first to bring in copy trading, and they really do have a great amount of traders and community following those traders. It's much more active in terms of the actual platform. Bybit is very, very strong as well. Phemex has far fewer traders and fewer people copying, so it's a much smaller ecosystem, just as a comparison here. But it is very similar in terms of the layout, where you can see the total balance that they have, the P&L and the return on investment they have over a certain period of time, and what they're trading. Now with Phemex as well, if you look at positions, traders can actually make their positions private, and so you can't see what the positions are, and so maybe a little bit of a downside as well. The others actually open this up and you can see what they're trading. So for me, a little bit of a downside for Phemex there in terms of the size of the platform and some of the options. Bybit and Bitget really much more open and much more vibrant as copy trading platforms. Some key tips I found when I've been copy trading is to definitely use way lower leverage than you would think. Now, traders, when they trade on the copy trading platform, they use a specific amount of leverage. If they're trading in futures, doesn't work for spot. You just trade spot market, so no leverage there. But traders will trade with leverage, and they know how much of the assets that they have that they can risk as a percentage of their portfolio. So if you're using more leverage than that, which you can do, you're potentially opening yourself up to more risk of liquidation, because they're trading with, let's say, a 30% drawdown. But if you're using more leverage and have a lower capital base, you can obviously get wiped out. And so as you can see here on Bitget and the other platforms, you can actually choose how to follow the trader. So you can follow the trader with actually a customized amount of leverage, either more or less than them, as you can see right here. So I would always go for less than the trader is doing, just to be a little bit safer in terms of the leverage they're taking in their portfolios. I would also just use the trader's parameters at all times, because again, they know what their account is like. They know how much they can afford to lose in a losing trade. Whereas if you're trading crazy parameters that are highly leveraged, they're going to be taking more risk, or you will have more risk than they think they're taking. And so I'd always just kind of follow the traders, what they're doing, and actually take less leverage than them. And that's obviously better for me in terms of my risk outlook as well. In terms of what I would trade with, if we've got a investment portfolio in crypto, I would look at risking a very, very small amount of that in trading generally. Maybe you want to risk 2% of your portfolio in trades, so day trades and short-term trades that you do. And maybe as part of that, some part of that you would, put towards copy trading, and, split that over maybe 4 or 5 traders as well, so that you can spread risk there. That's how I would do it in terms of spreading risk, and also keeping the amount of risk I'm taking per trade a little bit lower. Another key tip when copy trading in the futures market, if you want to do that and taking leverage, is to make sure that your actual leverage amount is the amount that you want to take. So if you go into the futures market here, for example, on Bitget, some of these copy trading platforms will trade with an amount of leverage, which is your normal amount. So if you come to the top right, you should see long and short leverage here. If you just click on these, you can now make sure that this is the amount of leverage that you want to take. If this is set very high and you start copying traders, you may actually be using way more leverage than them, because you haven't set this correctly. So what we can do is just go down and set an amount of leverage that we want to take, or even zero leverage. You don't have to take leverage. So yeah, if you're new, definitely don't take leverage and just see how it works first. But you can set that before you copy trade, because once you copy trade, you may not be able to change the parameters, and you may be trading with the trade, but with more leverage than the trader expected to take. You'll see all your open positions down here when they are being copied. You can cancel them, trade out of them whenever you like as well. So it just follows in and follows out, but you can edit the trades on every platform whilst they are open. I have specific video guides for the copy trading platforms, and so I'll leave them linked in the description. The deposit bonuses as well, if you want to sign up, are down in the description as well. I'm James with MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.